Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be an intuitive reading an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter this week. So, of course, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. And this reading will be for the time period of August 24th through the 30th, where we will have a waxing crescent moon, and that's a good time for heightened energies, awareness, a time to really buckle down and focus on things that you've started on the new moon. So keep those moon energies in mind as well. All right, let's get an overall message card for this reading, Aquarius. The answers you need are coming. All right, let's see what the Aquarius Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling the tarot, I would like to say that my weekly reminder this week, well, if I can shuffle the cards, there we go, is that you learn something new this week. Pick a topic that you've had some interest in recently and just devote a couple of hours to really doing a deep dive. Maybe read a book, find a lecture, go attend a class. Just do something in the way of deep diving on a topic that you've had some interest in, and really take the time to absorb and learn that thing. So oftentimes as adults, we forget to really take time to deep dive and learn something. And many times we need to. I know I need to a lot. I feel like I learn things every day, but occasionally you just have to really focus in on something. So it's a good week with the waxing crescent to do that this week. All right, without further ado, Aquarius, let's get into this reading. August 24th through the 30th, the answers you need are coming, and your overall present energy is the Moon card. So the answers that you need that are coming may come in the form of synchronicity. They may come in the form of a dream that you have, or just some sort of intuitive feeling. That's the Moon is one of our cards of mystery. It's the card of the night. It's things that come in the night to you, that come in the darkness and get illuminated by the moon. So again, dreams, synchronicities, those things that you're like, why did I see that sign on the side of the road? And why did it seem like it pertained to a situation that I'm in right now? So that's just the way the universe works. That's synchronicities there. Your current situation is the Three of Cups. So some sort of celebration, and looks like you'll be gathering with friends and maybe family to do some sort of celebration, and that's your current situation. Maybe there's some answers there. Also, if you're asking some things, it may be in the words of friends and family that are around you. At the root of your situation is the Ace of Swords. So it looks like you're going through some sort of mental breakthrough right now, where maybe you're learning something new. You're asking questions of yourself or of the world, but you're having these breakthroughs and this information is coming to you. And you could just be celebrating that with friends and discussing it with friends. Hey, I'm having this breakthrough, and start to compare notes with other people. A lot of times you find that we all have those things in common, the things of life that we all go through. And maybe one of your friends is able to offer you some advice. They've already been there. What is just behind you here is another three with the Three of Pentacles. So looks like you've been in some sort of collaborative mode, maybe working with others on this, and maybe with this group of friends here. Also, we've got 2 3s on the table now, so you may want to look up angel number 33. We'll see if more come out, but you're in a place where you can creatively collaborate and creatively discuss things with your friends, kind of in a relaxed mode. And if the answers you need are coming, it's just that that exploration that you do inwardly, but you're also outward as far as having these discussions with other people, asking the bigger questions. What is on your mind this week is the Four of Wands. So lots of celebrating for you this week. Is there some sort of wedding or birthday or event or anniversary that looks like there's something special for you to celebrate? Because that's on your mind. You could be planning something, maybe planning a party, planning a wedding, something that's upcoming, or you've been doing that planning and things are coming to fruition and the party happens this week. So whatever that is. Be light, have a good time there. What is just ahead of you this week is the star card. So look at all the things coming to you in the night here with the moon and the star card. Both of these are cards about things being illuminated that are typically in the dark. And you've got two of those now on the table in the way in the intermix of these celebratory cards. So, and also coming together with others. So very interesting there, Aquarius. In your advice position is the four here of Pentacles, which is about stability, financial stability. So while you're having a good time and while you're in this collaborative mode and while you've got these synchronicities and things coming in your dreams and you're having these realizations, which, I just get the feeling like, wow, this is, you are getting answers. You're getting answers from the universe right now. Hold on to your stability a little bit or work on that stability. Just try to kind of maintain your stability as this information is coming to you. And so now we've also got 3 3, but also 44. So 44 is a number that I see a lot. It's one of those guiding numbers for me. I see it in so many different forms, whether it be 44 or 444 or four times or 5 times, and sometimes more. Sometimes they're just, as far as the eye can see, they're all over. So um, to try to learn how to read those. And if you need to, you know, your overall message was that the answers you need are coming. Maybe be journaling some of these things, some of these realizations that you're having, some of these intuitive thoughts that you're having, journaling about your dreams so that you can look back in a few weeks and be like, what was I going through? Especially if it seems very distracting and it's a lot of information coming in. And if you're in the middle of these celebrations, it might just be these quick things that are happening and then you're going to forget them if you don't journal them. So make sure you're at least writing that down. But in your advice is to kind of just maintain your stability. Typically that's a card of like financial stability, but I think for you in this mode and everything that's going on with you, it is just about stability. So try to maintain that for yourself. What is beyond your control this week is the Tower. So in the midst of all of this, you've got some sort of disruption, which is, I'm just going to say, probably some catalyst for learning things. Maybe it's something that you saw coming and you didn't really pay attention to it, and now it's gotten to the point where it is a disruption for you. I don't think it's a major disruption. I think it's almost like a little lesson to remind you to trust these intuitions, trust these dreams, trust these things that are coming to you in the night. Okay, secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid, is the Ten of Swords. So is it your secret desire to put an end to something here this week? Or are you trying to avoid having an ending this week? And this could be what this tower is about also. That'll be your big question this week. Are you trying to avoid an ending, or is it your secret desire to have an ending? Either answer is fine. You are free to make that decision and proceed as you want to. But that'll just be your big question of the week. And your outcome is another 10. So look at you with the tens. I think you're going to make the right decision. This is one of the happiest cards in the deck there, but you've got a lot of repeating numbers here. And I think I had another reading that had some of the same repeating numbers this week. So pay attention to these numbers: 10, 10, 44, 33. Look up those angel numbers and see if they have any significance for you. So, it's beyond your control that you do have some sort of disruption, because I think you're really asking this question. Of course, the answers you need are coming, and it's probably about this ending. It's about, do you want to wrap something up and end it, or are you trying to avoid doing that? Whatever it is, it looks like you do end up making the right decision, whatever that is for you. And it could be different for different Aquarians. Some of you may make that decision to end, and it's a good decision. Some of you may end it and it's a good decision. It just kind of depends on where you are and what's going on in your life and your situation. What is hidden from you here at the bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles. So this card is about giving and receiving. It can be about, charity, and again, either giving or receiving charity, and that looks like that's hidden from you this week. So maybe that's because you are paying attention to this stability, this financial stability, and you feel like you're good there this week. But you're going to learn things through kind of celebrating this week. I see maybe some friends around you and you're having a good time, but make sure you're paying attention to those things that are coming through in the night, dreams, intuition, synchronicities. All right, Aquarius, let's get a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Aquarius. Speak up. And that probably has something to do with that, with this situation here. If you're going to end something, do it. You got to speak up. If you had some sort of aha moment here, some sort of breakthrough, you're just going to have to speak up and do it. End it or not. And you can also speak up about not. Like, no, this is not over for me yet. Let's get a final message here from, or let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care this week. Self-care for Aquarius. Self-care for Aquarius. And the card that comes out for you is listen. So here we are involving some other people here, friends, family. So let's see what this card has to say. People start to heal the moment they feel heard. So there may be friends or something here that you do need to be a good listener for this week also. Hopefully they'll be there for you as well. But yeah, you've got some collaboration. I see some other people in the mix this week too. People that are friends and maybe family members that you're involved with. Make sure you are speaking up, but also make sure you're listening. You know, it's always good advice. No one wants to be in a room with the person who's just prattling on about themselves over and over and over. Sometimes let's check in with your friends too. Let's see what they have going on, right? So, Aquarius, I really hope there was something that you can take away from this reading and use in your life this week. I really appreciate your time here with me. If you like my reading style, if you would please hit the like and subscribe button, I would really appreciate that. It just kind of pushes me out in the algorithm, and I appreciate any help I can get in that way. Also, the most important thing is that if you subscribe to my channel, it'll help you find me next week, and we can see what this energy, if this kind of continues on, or if there's something completely new here for you next week. So thanks so much, Aquarius, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.